Hi Hades Star enthusiasts, Lunario here. Today I'm going to bring you a match between Numbnuts and Forsaken. Before we get into the details of the layouts, let's take a look at the map and the layout so you understand what's going on. The map is not symmetrical for this match. As you can see where the Cerberus are, those are the heavy sectors for hydrogen. For the Numbnuts, which is my team, our sectors are facing directly towards the level 10 planets, so we can essentially pass through them and deliver to both the level 5 and the level 10 if we choose. For the enemy, though, they would need to pass through in the other direction and go towards this level 5 in order to get the same efficiency, which makes this map slightly tilted in our favor, because we can contend the level 10 and collect hydrogen, which is actually a very big deal. But now let's get into the details. You might not know the the corporation Numbnuts. That's because we literally just made it for this 5-man White Star, which the whole guild consists of the 5 BSO founders, which I'm one of. And we just decided to do this for fun, and almost none of us has ever done anything but a 20-man, so this was an interesting experience. Quickly, I'll click over all of the battleships so you can look at the tech that we brought in. You can pause it if you want to take a closer look. Mine is a level 6 battery with a level 1 Omega only. And the reason this is important is so you understand that we went up against a fair match. We went up against a team that had utilities that were on par or better than ours. So, for example, level 9 battery, we don't even have anything like that. Another level 9 battery. Well, you can pause and you'll understand another level 9 battery. The shields are also better. But the team had a fair setup. Some of their battleships were a little bit smaller, but still, their tech was very high up there. Okay, so let's get into the match. When we started, we decided to go all miners, even though this is a 5-man. We thought that it's smart to generate as many relics as we could. So our approach was to clean out the Cerberus together, send one guy down in order to try and capture the level 10 as soon as possible. And 4 of our miners had remote, boost, and unity in order to get as much efficiency out of it as possible. And 1 of our miners had Genesis, Enrich, Teleport back. So the idea was we used only 1 miner to do a little Enrich and get a little bit more efficiency out of these 2 sectors, while the others mined. The enemy, at the same time, brought in only 2 miners. They did not seem to have a mining strategy of any sort. They brought in some transport, so trying to get those early relics, potentially 1 from the level 10. And so that's how the match started. Let's fast forward. Okay, so 1 sector's already mined out. Not yet. Enemies moving up towards the level 10. They're starting to mine sectors here. 1 of their ships, for whatever reason, bounced off the Cerberus sector and then left without doing anything. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe miscommunication. We're mining, and we send in our group to kill the other Cerberus, and that transport that was supposed to enrich on Genesis just came in to help mine this sector out. So miners come in, clean out the 2nd sector, and this is also good for defense because now we have voided sectors right in front of the gate, which some people like those sectors for a defender, but there's no such thing as a defender in this game. Not enough people to leave a battleship there. Okay. The enemy team cleared out 1 sector, 1 light one, and they're still sending in their squishies closer to the planets. This is where the main confrontation is going to happen. So we're going to have 3 battleships on 3 battleships. Sorry, I had that open the whole time. 3 battleships on 3 battleships. We're coming in. First barrier goes out. I block their movement. And by the way, in Time Machine, a lot of things died on our side when we confronted with them because their utilities are just so much better that we would lose this fight almost in every single time machine future. So we had to do very specific things to win. We blocked them out with barriers because we needed to delay them. Our miners were done collecting those 2 fat sectors, and now we went into the second stage of our plan, which was to avoid this sector, this one, the planet sector, in order to make it a very safe trip for any kind of future squishies, at least to the level 5 from our gate. So the miners are going into their positions to clean out sectors, while we are trying to deal with this massive threat. So essentially, berries are going to go down, EMP went off. 2 of our guys are going to go in to do damage. They're going to set off an EMP of their own. So everybody's EMP'd. Literally except for my battleship in this clump. I'm starting to do damage. One of our guys jumps out of the whole clump in order to give some kind of a protection against rockets, because they have a rocket here. And that could have technically shot at the planet, which would have been bad. The enemy still hasn't done much in terms of relic generation or anything. They're a little bit all over the place on their squishy side. We continue the battle. So my battleship is doing a little bit of damage, basically pitching away. Oh, you saw how fast that rocket was? Yeah, we knew this was going to come. We had an idea that this guy was going to have to shoot it at this roid to get 3 battleships at once. And we knew it was coming, but it traveled so fast that we couldn't stop it. Did quite a bit of damage. We almost lost because of that rocket. But as soon as it hits, I realized what I needed to do, because I was the only one not any EMP'd. So I pathed directly up and tried to delay 2 of theirs, so it would be a 2-on-1 fight. I actually planned it that I only clipped them, but due to the way time warp works and it doesn't show the real future, there you go. Hit our own guy as well. Thank God then we actually win this encounter. What's going? Oh yeah, so teleported away from there, because now that I've EMP'd, I might as well just go to the planet and provide an extra body essentially to stop this guy that's trying to kill our squishies. So let's see what happens here. Luckily, like, our battleships have barely any health, and they're literally barely surviving by the threat of their teeth. All time machine planned, but somehow we made it. One of our guys came in. No, he didn't come in. He was EMP'd with them. But as you'll see, we won that, and I was going to lose this battle because this is a fortified mirror shield with a level 9 battery, and I have a 1 Omega and a 6 battery. And I wanted to stay because my miner was coming in to drop off, because I did a very wide trip in order to clean out this sector. And I couldn't leave, and my battleship is not sanced. I mean, no sanctuary on it, which is, yeah, I had a predicament. Let the miner die with hydrogen or keep my guy, but luckily there was a teleport in range. No, not a teleport. Just he came in at the right time and helped finish off the guy with no time to spare. So we killed the guy, I deliver the hydrogen, I leave. He's a lifesaver. Now look at this. During that entire match, look how much damage our side took. This is hilarious. There's like no health on these ships, on any of them. All of the modules are burned, by the way, on all of them. So that was a tough fight. We barely pulled through. All our miners delivered. We lost no squishies. We killed 3 of their battleships. And then in the main battle here, and one and that was attacking our planet, we generated 13 relics from that single delivery that we just did. And now we're going out to swap our ships as fast as possible because we're going to need them for the second round. So we literally retreat back to the gate while our only healthy battleship with its teleport goes in to kill some squishies. I don't know why they're not doing anything, but they lost essentially their only chance at getting a relic, I would say, because you'll see later in the match they have another chance and they blow that one too, but this was a good one and they should have somehow addressed it. Which this guy even had EMP, they missed that time window. But okay, massive time warp stack. As we all know, time warp does not stack, no matter what anybody tells you. So we do a swap, and now we swap completely to transports to start collecting the massive amount of relics, because there's only 5 of us, we don't even know if we can collect all of this. So we're doing the swap. My guys also reach. Okay, so now what's going on? Yes, we landed at the planet. The enemy comes in and EMPs us. Obviously, in order to try and get his dual laser to do some damage afterwards and give time for his friendlies that are coming in. That that group, they just respawned and they're going in together. So 3 of them here. So let's see what's going on with this planet. Actually, it's important. What I tried to do is I kind of done goofed a little bit. I tried to leap a transport to this location. And my reasoning for that was I took the longest in order to make my mining trip because I had to mine out this sector as well, and that was a long trip. So I strapped leap to my transport, hoping that I could get from the gate to this area quick enough in order to leap. And I missed my time window because they killed them a little bit faster than I predicted. So I had to transport with a useless leap. I kind of like why they changed leap, but at the same time for the transport that was like sad. So the guy gets killed. My transport literally is gonna fly normally all the way down here on this long ass path. The enemy is still not doing much, just trying to come in and destroy us essentially in another confrontation to win a second round. Finally, they decided to send at least 1 transport to this far planet to try at least get 1 relic, because we have dominated these 2 planets. Let's see. Now this is the second main confrontation. They come in. Now let me show you what they have equipped. They have a destiny, which is important to know because this destiny will be in range of the planet. So right now we're gonna pull our transports out. Well, this guy actually pulled out earlier. He tried to bounce in order to prevent that destiny because we saw a long path. They didn't do little paths, they did a massive long path. So that was avoided. We got an EMP on all of them. Instantly, one of them basically destinies in order to do damage to all the battleships in the area. He goes close to the gate. The battle continues. I have my dual laser. One of our guys teleports in. My transport is still struggling to get to a planet, so this is 20% people. This transport is wasted 20% of the team's efficiency, and it's all on me, but I pulled through towards the end somehow. So we're going to the planet. These guys get killed. We have area shield. We're not worried about our transports getting killed. I pick up 1 relic on this planet and go down to help kill this guy. And this guy's tough because of the mirror shield and the fortify. He's a tough cookie to crack. What do you call it? To crack. Yep. And that was the word I was looking for. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Well, at least I think it's pretty cool. The guy comes in, turns on all his modules, and then he decides to bounce off the planet towards this sector. I don't know why he decides to do this, but he does. Probably because he was going to get killed. But essentially, he bounces, and I decide to follow him. The reason I decide to follow him is because this is a Leap Destiny battleship that I brought in. And guess what? This is a Leap transport. And I'm located close to the level 10 planet. So by being the one in combat, I can actually leap my transport to this planet without waiting for it to fly there. So what I did is I waited for the enemy to clear range of the planet. The reasoning behind this is because right now he's hitting me. But if I disappear or die or destiny, whatever, his target is going to go to the planet. And I didn't want him to hit my transport. So I waited a little bit longer. And then I literally leaped and destinied at the same time. So my ship went up there close to the gate, which was lucky. And my transport landed right here. And what else happened is I damaged this guy so much that Cerberus essentially eat him alive. He can't win that fight without help. So he flies to his doom. Their transports path into their doom. And one of our guys is actually already making a second trip. He already deposited some relics, and this is his second trip. So he has time warp 7, so he's moving fairly fast. Okay, so we just killed 3 battleships there. This guy's dead. That's 2 battleships. This is the Destiny guy coming up right here. Yes, he didn't refresh. He decided to go back into battle. So I pick up 2 more relics here. Our guys stack up on they literally get every relic from that planet that was there. And we MP these 2 guys that were coming in. This guy's getting eaten alive. And for whatever reason, they pathed directly through this. I think in Time Machine, when he was healthy, it showed that transport was going to make it, but they never made the change. Maybe they didn't care because they were already losing. I don't know. But they played pretty hard all the way towards the end with their battleships, at least. So what's going to happen is that battleship gets killed by Cerberus. Cerberus are apparently a deadly nature in a White Star now. And they killed the transport relic. So sad. We wanted to kill it. we had Micaeus coming in to kill it. By the way, they just destinied from the gate randomly, trying to hoping to land somewhere here. And they landed here. Notice that their battery went up to 10, so they actually upgraded their weaponry even further, which was nuts. We're pulling out of the planets because time is running short. We won't make it to the gate. This guy's gonna barely make it to the gate. The supernova is gonna be literally behind his butt as he's flying. But we didn't want to leave any relics. We wanted to do the best job we could. So right now they're chasing down my transport. I sent my Destiny ship back to the gate to refresh, and I brought in a defender. And a defender that's a passive defender. I didn't plan to fight with them because I don't want to risk a leap to the gate or anything like that. So I brought in barrier and teleport, and you'll see why in a second. But we're pulling out, trying to stop these guys. I'm sending out my battleship with its barrier. I barrier him, and then I instantly teleport back. And the reasoning for this is now he's sitting in my barrier, and I'm not moving, so he can't fire at anybody. So this gives time for the transports to get away, and it doesn't give a combat situation here or any closer to the gates. So even if they can spawn in another Destiny, it wouldn't land there. But also they messed up. They entered combat here. If they wanted to try that, they should have avoided it. Okay, so let's continue. Transports keep flying, and now we're in live time, so this is live. This is what should happen, and they can't really do anything. They don't have any useful mods anymore, and not here, nothing to stop us. This guy's essentially wasted on this side. Yeah, they don't have any options, and we are gonna EMP the guy at my barrier, so now he's EMP'd. So he can't even move to start combat for Leap Destiny, and teleport back. Relics delivered. And now, this is the funny part. Pesmage is literally gonna be delivering when the sun is exploding. So there it goes, Supernova's going. And he is landing as it goes boom. Damn, right? Well, that's the match, guys. And I hope you enjoyed it. We're already at 14 relics. We have another 3 coming up here. And another 3 coming up here, which is 20 in total. So it's probably going to be 20-0. I don't see how they can pull a relic. They don't have the time. It's 4 hours. And I believe that's a record for 5v5s. It was an intense match. We weren't even planning to beat any kind of record or anything. We were interested about what it was. We were told it was 17. And somehow we ended up generating enough and pulling enough during this quite tough of a match. 20 relics. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time.